Hello, hello, friends. It is currently. I've been a bad boy. That's how I started off. I've been a bad person, man. I slacked off today. It is currently 6:01. I'm late for my RyaNoob review today, and I apologize to everyone, sincerely. So, before we get going today, we're going over a Slayer on Eden. This guy says that this is his team playing for Chattanooga. Oh no, wrong game. Alright, so it is his team playing for Chattanooga. Uh, I haven't gone over it, and that's because I had a different idea today. I've always gone over games and figured out what I wanted to talk about before I go into it, but I feel like that's not a very good idea if you want to like. I don't really want to be a teacher teaching the same stuff all the time, you know? You go into a class, they already know everything because they've done it for the past couple of years. They already know what the book looks like and what they're going to go over. They go over it the night before as well. I don't want to do that. I don't want to say, here's what I'm going over. I want to watch a game and like learn with you guys. I want to talk about what should happen, what he should do, and then talk about why, and then figure out if that's what would have worked or not, rather than watching the game telling you guys this is what should work and this is what he did instead. So that's my ideas going over today. I don't really have anything that I'm going to be focusing on. This is going to be Slayer Eden, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about uh, my opinions about how to play the map or something. So let's hop into the game. Boom. All right. Let me hold on a second, guys. I am not as prepared as I should be. All right, so we are going over swine. All right, come on, game, start up. This is ridiculous. All right, so swine. He's playing with Kevo, Alphase, and Lumi. So, starting off. Oh, let me turn down the game sound actually for you guys so it's not super annoying. Oh, it's already turned down. All right, great stuff. All right, interesting route to go for overshield. If someone goes red nest, he's in a lot of trouble, but overall, pretty strong play. No one's really going outside. I guess they're just sitting in blue for the sniper. So they're kind of giving up rockets. All right, have to talk about a lot of things right here. All right, so off the start, his team, and I'm gonna talk about this as a team and as a personal, mostly focusing on personal, but also looking at the team. So off the start, he goes mid bridge, which again, as I briefly stated, you can get shot from red nest pretty easily. So he's forced to jump into blue sneaky. His team doesn't go catwalk at all, so they send two into blue base, two into snipe spawn. This must be like I don't know what this is, but yeah, like because they don't send one guy outside, red team gets free rockets, and because no one goes cat, I think that people should go cat here. Like, why are you fighting inside tower for a shoddy? Like, get the height advantage at catwalk, right? It might be a little bit more open, but I don't know. I enjoy fighting from catwalk rather than from low, and because you go low, the guy goes catwalk and destroys pres. So, and then yeah. So now we're gonna talk about this fight right here. So he's no shield waiting for his shields. This is good play. He sees a guy going for rockets, and as soon as he picks up rockets and thrust, this is what. All right, I'm sorry, guys. This is gonna be annoying, but this is it. This is the moment where you know you've won the fight. He's used his thrust. You need to get him weak enough. Yeah. So when he uses his thrust, you need to get him weak enough for one ground pound, and then you jump thrust ground pound because that's the only way you're gonna kill a rocket guy here, right? You're never gonna get a melee. You're never gonna get like a trade kill. Like, at best, you're gonna get a trade kill. But yeah, jump thrust, ground pound. Instead, you just thrust to the right and I don't know. Hopes he shoots a rocket prematurely. So overall, there's a lot of things you could fix in that opening battle, but that's the opening battle. All right. Oh, fuck. Talk about some stuff, but too far in. All right. That's just that's premature. All right. So You want to go snipe spawn? Alright, guys, you want to go snipe spawn in this game if you have some semblance of control, some semblance of pressure. You can't go snipe spawn if the other team isn't afraid of you. And when I talk about what isn't afraid of you, I mean they're not pressured to go anywhere that would inhibit them from like shooting you off the snipe spawn, right? So if they're blue cat, you go snipe spawn, you're in trouble. If they can jump up to snipe spawn easily, you're in trouble. Just going up to snipe spawn while your team dies blue bend, your team's blue bend, and your team's bottom mid, you going snipe spawn is just death, right? Oh god, alright, I pressed forward, right? Halo 5 theater, man. Oops. Alright. So Swan going up to snipe spawn, he's just gonna die. Even though he just died to snipe spawn, like he could have died from fucking anywhere, man. Team's doing some stuff. All right, so spawned. All right, moment of truth, guys. For all those who've watched my past, all of them, because this is something that I haven't talked about too much. Moment of truth, right here. What's his mistake? Coming off respawn right here. And this guy's a good player. I'm pretty sure I've watched him play in a couple of AM tournaments, so he's definitely a decent player. Nice. Going toward the fight. Alright, well, no limit got it. It's the light rifle. You spawn red men, you get this you get this light rifle, guys. Like it's so much. It's so important to just grab this light rifle. You can control outside, you can go red nest, control catwalk for your team. Like just having a pistol doesn't scare anyone, right? I don't know, just pick up light rifles, pick up SMGs, pick up storm rifles, guys. If you spawn right next to them, please just pick them up. It's that simple. You'll get so many more kills. Congrats to No Limits for knowing the answer though. I like it. Interesting play. This is a nice aggressive play because they have rockets as well. Unfortunately, like his team's not doing anything because it. So let's talk about this one more time. As a professional player, this is a mistake, but as an amateur player, this is a fine game. So or a fine play. So watching this, shit, did I go? I went too far back. So let's talk about that again. He spawns red bin, and his team dies blue bend, which means he's fighting like a 3v4 or something, right? Right? So they have rockets blue sneaky. What he needs to do is take his time. If he, like, wait, shit, did I mess this up? Alright, so one of his teammates is dead. Look where the other two teammates are at. Now, knowing that the other team's going to spawn blue plat, right? Blue plat or catwalk. And going mid-bridge, you're going to die. Like, if your team can do something, great. But you have a sniper. Let's just play this a lot slower. So yeah, one player like runs from blue alley to blue sneaky, I think, right? No? Whatever, guys. Same idea applies. Your team is red bend and red nest. You can't go mid bridge to blue sneaky, even though it is good. This is a really good play as a blank statement. Like if you say they have rockets blue sneaky, where do you want to push? You say mid bridge to blue sneaky, right? Because it's a lot harder to get rocky kills, and you're forcing him to do 180s in order to fight the guy blue bend, turbine, and mid bridge. So that's a great play. But if you're a professional player looking at this, you're like, this is a mistake because of how like open the map is or how closed off your map is right now. Your team can't do anything. Yeah, and this isn't a harp on his team. This is saying, you're not in position yet, so let's wait a little bit. Let's go inside red to red alley to catwalk. Leave a couple of people out red bend, try and get some snipe kills, but at the same time like split the map in half rather than you have this section of the map right here and they have this section like catwalk all the way to blue bend. So you're going to lose the battles that you're going to fight, especially if you're down a man and you're like sitting back this far. So That's the mistake here. But I really like the play. He has this idea of they have rockets and blue sneaky. I'm gonna push to mid bridge and try and get that guy down. And the rocket guy does go down, and they end up trading 2 for 2. So it's not that bad. But they still, it's turbine versus cat control. Now they're all four gonna spawn turbine. They're gonna be in a lot of trouble here. So I think they should prioritize like spreading out a little bit more. And that was on Swine because he was the player that had the most, the best opportunity to like run around. But what do you know? This is not professional gameplay. So Alpha Maze gets a kill because someone rushes him. Like right here, the red team could be catwalk, and the blue team would be like in a, I hate to say it again, but a lot of trouble. Like catwalk just owns turbine. You can't push up to mid bridge. You can't push blue bin and just sit out there and shoot shots. Look, Mike would be like Mike couldn't do anything, but instead two people are in blue, so that's a mistake on their end, on that end, but not too important. Lumi's still sniping, doing a great job. All right, let's pause this game right here. Forget about this guy from blue. I'm pretty sure he's gonna die anyway. Here, let's actually look. Yeah, front blue, he's gonna die to Prez. But let's cut this map in half. All right. In my opinion, holding blue side is stronger. If you have a sniper, you can hold down red side, but it's a lot harder. For multiple reasons. There's blue sneaky. So like, let's cut this map in half, right here. So you cut it in half. Blue side's stronger because of a couple of reasons. It's easier to get inside tower. You can go you can go up to catwalk into tower, and you can't really do that from red side because you can see red plat, and you can't really jump anywhere. You can jump up to this spot, but again, in my opinion, blue side's stronger. So using that as like a fundamental statement, if you cut the map in half and you say like I'm not letting them get to this side, like to blue side of the map, you kind of just like shift based on where they want to go. So if they send 3 guys turbine, you send people through blue to turbine, and you're gonna win the fight because you have catwalk control. You can do the same in tower as well by holding top cat and then fighting inside tower from here. And there's a lot of things that you can do because of that. But so he spawns inside tower. The thing that he cannot do is like leave tower for the enemy team. He needs to be just shooting from here. So this guy front blue. Ooh. So this is what I'm talking about. He just cut the map. Like he could have cut the map in half for his team, and they would have been in a really good position. But because he leaves tower to go to blue plat, the other team isn't afraid of being in turbine anymore, right? They're not being pressured from cat. They can go mid bridge without being shot down on. So I think this is a mistake going inside blue here. You've already got 2 of your teammates. They had 1 dead. You can just sit from catwalk and shoot from there. They end up doing okay though, but this is not something I would recommend doing. So again, his team got a kill. There's 3 inside turbine right now. Yeah, 3 inside turbine. He can just go up to cat here with an SMG and hold it down by himself. So still, like, this is an okay play. He's covering mid-bridge for his team while they have rockets. But there's 3 guys in rockets already. Like, does he need to be here? His team already has, like, control of turbine. And they already have 1 dead for the opponents. There's no reason for him to not spread out for his team right here. So that's the biggest mistake that I've seen for the past couple, like, for the first 2 minutes of the game. Him not spreading out for his team has caused a decent amount of problems. They could easily be winning this game like 16-5 if he would have played this a little bit different. Oh, some nice theater lag here. We're gonna watch this again. I can't fast forward. So let's watch this fight. So what he does is a grenade comes in front of him, and instead of thrusting back, he kind of like hangs out. So let's play this in slow-mo. So he sees this grenade. That means that grenade is saying, hey, you can't come up in front of us. Like, you can't chase that kill. He's protecting his team with that, right? So with that grenade down, Swine can't move forward, but he still does. Like, he still chases down the kill. So it's kind of like not respecting Halo 5 grenades or something, right? I, I'm not quite sure. I'd have to get to talk to Swine, but I think he was just a little too kill hungry and then just ends up going down. So once that grenade gets thrown, you just have to respect it and back up. You'll just go down anyway. Like, even if you do get a kill while chasing like that, you're still going down 1-for-1 when you could be in a position, like an advantageous position. So, I just don't like that play at all. So, Sniper's coming up in 20 seconds. Surveying the field, not bad. But now he's, like, leaving tower to go to red. Sniper's coming up, like, this would be an okay play if rockets were coming up. But because Sniper's coming up, his teammate just died at cat. Like, they're all leaving tower. This has to be, like, a communicated play, but I don't quite understand it. Because holding tower just like is much better than just holding a base. This is a good play out of the red team. That's not like that's not Swine's fault. That's that'll happen in a couple of games. That's just a really good play from Blink. Triggers to fast forward or rewind? No. It doesn't fast forward at all. Alright, so again, they've got to take this slow. Rockets are up in 40 seconds. Looking at the map position, like, I mean, I could make this into a a lot longer episode if I just say, who's got the map control right now? Well, looking at this, it's obviously not them, right? So what they could do, like, look at tower right now. It's completely like left off. And even if there's like one guy in there, you can still make plays red tower side. You can jump up into this spot and kind of like shoot him down and basically make them react to you. Because if they can sit catwalk like this guy up here, and he can shoot to blue bend or to jump mid bridge to turbine, you're not gonna win the battles most of the time. So I think that's like, again, this is something that the blue team needs to do is not focus on tower, but focus on fighting from multiple angles so that you can force them to have to like respect you. If you're here, again, that guy can't be fighting from blue cat to mid bridge or turbine. And if he can't fight there, you can even focus your efforts on like sitting on this side of the wall and shooting this way, and that you're creating a 3v4 for your teammates, right, or something, right? So 40 seconds until rockets. So let's see if they just hang out for these. They probably should. Missed a couple of shots. Oh well. I wouldn't call that bad. Just call that like a mistake, like a small mistake. Not too much to talk about there, though. Alright, so Rockets in 18 seconds. He's down shots. The Rockets are up in 10 seconds. This is so bad. I hope this isn't like taken the wrong way. But this is such a bad push for a couple of reasons, right? So you have 13 seconds. So you have 13 seconds to figure out what you want to do for these rockets. You have 13 seconds to make a play for them. You don't have 2 seconds before rockets come up. You're not like fighting 3v4 because a player on the other team is going for the rockets, right? So you're down a shot here. There's no reason for you to push. Oops. God, I'm the worst. There's absolutely no reason for you to push once you get shot once. Like, wait for your shields to come back. You've got a lot of time, but you just kind of like fall in there. Like, this is never going to work. The other team's setting up for rockets too. It's not like you're like 1v2ing for rockets, random matchmaking style, right? Alright. So now it looks like he's going tower for... No, rockets are coming up. He wants to fight for them, even though, like, these are just avoidable deaths right here. Yeah, he realizes it too. I'm out of here. Alright, dodged a rocket. Alright, end result, not bad. But let's go back and watch him off his spawn, like what his decision making is. So this is a play that I'm talking about where you can either lose a kill or you can set your team up for like a really good push by yourself. So rockets are up in 2 seconds. Your team is 2 dead. look where your other teammate is. You are not getting these rockets, right? And I'm sure he knows this, like, late. But looking at, like, you can survey the map right now and just realize that you're not getting these rockets, especially since you just came off respawn. You could have been on your desk screen this entire time. So what he could do is just go inside tower. His teammates can go red windowsill, red nest, and shoot catwalk for you. And then you guys can slowly take tower. And then if you take tower, the rockets can't do anything. If rockets are blue bend and you've got catwalk, what are they gonna do? So, and then once you get hit by one rocket, you should probably start sprinting away and try and make some moves rather than hoping your shields come back. Kev, rockets, bottom red. Alright, so he spawns in tower. You can't do anything right now. He should... two of his teammates are dead. They've got red base, they've got turbine, they've got blue base. You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked right now. You're down 27 to 18. You need to not give up any kills. Let's see where your teammates spawn and then go off that. Friend? Guess he doesn't realize they have blue base. Alright, man. Halo stuff. Alright, he goes down. Halo stuff lets him get a kill, even though he sprints and thrusts and slides. So he spawns blue plat, his team's dying. Like, they just need to take a chill pill, get their shields back. That's not a place where you can take a chill pill. No, because he dies, his team goes down. 2 dead. 2 dead. Alright, this is 2 dead. Get the fuck up to catwalk. Rockets are up in a minute. You're fighting for map position. Like, you want the high point of the map. You want catwalk, not turbine. Going into red base does nothing. You know that the last 2 players are on blue. You killed 2 players. They're going to be spawning turbine. You can get cat and red while they get blue and turbine. Cat and red, I think, is a pretty good position versus blue and turbine. Lumi gets a 1v2 kill, so that's pretty good. But now they like, you have turbine. I just ridiculous amount disagree with this. Like, you can't be fighting from turbine and expect to get kills around the map. So let's see. So it's a 3v3. Like, his opponents have blue base. How are you expecting to get any kills here? Alright. So let's look around the map. So I know I've been like just complaining about turbine, but let's look about how you're expecting to get any kills. So the moment you poke out blue bend to this guy or something, this guy is covering blue sneaky. There's gonna be a guy inside blue, hopefully, because this is a good spot to sit, covering blue bend. So you see this guy blue bend, you get into a fight with him. The guy blue sneaky comes out and kills you. Correct? You see this guy blue bend. He drops down blue bend. You guys get into a 1v1. He backs up to blue sneaky. The guy blue cat or the guy blue bin comes out and protects him. So there's nothing you can do on this map because no one's going into tower and pressuring the opponents to do anything tower here. But because Halo is Halo, this guy just gets a fucking... It's like the 3rd ridiculous kill that he shouldn't have gotten. Plays this well until he uses his thrust for no reason. Alright, rockets are up in 20 seconds. They've got 2 kills inside blue, going for the 3rd. He's covering the exit, not bad. Getting shot in the ass. Alright. Well, Blanket's a 2v1 battle win inside blue, so that's not good. This game was... Alright. So rockets and sniper are up right now. This is the position that I'm talking about, guys. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. Come on, let's see what they've got. They've got catwalk. They've got red nest. Rockets and sniper are coming up. What are rockets gonna do to a guy mid bridge, a guy catwalking and pushing inside blue here? This is a great position for them. One guy goes down. Swine doesn't give a fuck. But like, look. Do you know why this all happened? Because there's guys catwalk and inside blue, forcing the guys that are outside to be afraid of the mid bridge push, to be afraid of the pit to turbine, to be afraid of the blue sneaky push, because they're everywhere on the map. And now they just got 4 down. That was the first time they had catwalk control, right? Like shit. So now they've got all the weapons. They're down 30 to 40. So this is a pretty even, not an even game, but they brought it back. I'd say this is like a 3 kill advantage, maybe. They've got full rockets, full sniper, and they've got catwalk control. Finally! Alright, let's look at the setup for a second. I like to talk about the setup because this isn't a team. This isn't a random matchmaking squad, like a solo queue. So they have rockets in tower. They have got 2 guys inside blue and a guy hiding blue sneaky. I would say this is not good. Lumi has to get outside. I would say that you should have a sniper inside blue, 2 guys in tower, and 1 guy outside, and I think that's better. But having these 2 guys inside blue, and they're all the 4 players of the red team are off spawn, I think this is kind of a mistake. And you're letting the opponents get too far on the map. Like you can hold turbine without, like if you have 2 players, but if you have 1 player, they could easily get to turbine faster. And if they get turbine, then you can't really cover as much of the map as you can, as you like should be. God, I hate this game. So if they send 3 guys red alley to tower, and the rocket guy can't like loses control, isn't able to get a quick kill or something, and you have turbine control, and 3 people are called out like, hey, there's 3 people going into tower. What you could do is flank red bin to red nest, camera, hello. So yeah, red bin to red nest, and then you can shoot from here. So there, yeah. So if there's 3 guys called out going into tower, but because he's blue bend instead of inside turbine right now, he couldn't do that if that was the call out. But let's watch this game and see how it goes. So standoff, interesting choice from the red team. The thing about standoffs here is that the rockets are up in 1 minute and 30. They've got full rockets, full sniper. You have to make them use this. If you don't make them use the rockets over the sniper, like if you don't make them use the weapons, then they're gonna use those weapons to secure the next weapons. That's why I never understand standoffs on this map or on like any map with rockets. So guess we're just gonna watch. So crouching in a tower. So letting them get inside tower, in my opinion, pretty bad, but not too much you can do about it, especially if you're alone. Like as a team, they decided we want to control turbine more than we want to control tower. Like this, sniper's. I guess sniper's staring at tower, so it's not too bad. Does he see him? He does see him. Get out! No, that's so bad. Get it out. Oh my god. Holy shit. Alright. We're back in it. Slowly but surely. Alright, still have map control. The opponents have found rockets and towers, so they're going to rotate outside. But again, like, Swine is just going to use these rockets to secure the next rockets, correct? So I just don't understand how red team is supposed to get these rockets right here. So it's gonna be a fun one. You feel a comeback coming? I don't know about that. All right. Giving up tower control 20 seconds, like on my Winter Fox team, I don't know, like I don't know how true this is because again, this is my opinion, but we found that controlling tower 20 seconds before rockets come up lets you push into turbine a lot easier because you can push from tower to mid bridge to turbine, especially if you have rockets. Like, how are they supposed to go from red nest to mid bridge to turbine? And if they can't go from red nest to mid bridge to turbine, they're only gonna go out to red bend, maybe pit. But that's a lot more manageable to stop people from going pit. So if you don't stop them, like if you can't stop them from going mid bridge, if you only have a sniper who may or may not hit shots, like again, look, no one's gonna be able to cover mid bridge here. So I just don't like this play. But that's like the biggest thing is like no one's still covering mid bridge. Lumi's finally going there, but if 2 people go mid bridge to turbine and 2 people go red bend to turbine, you're gonna lose this battle. Whatever. The idea is good, the execution not so much. Wow. He got his ass saved. So again, that's exactly what I was talking about, right? Like I called this out a minute and a half ago, where red team, if they don't make Swan waste his rockets, they're just gonna not get the next set of rockets. Because of that, they're gonna like they could lose. Alright, so now two rocket guys going inside the base. Don't waste your last rocket. You have more rockets, but you'd have two people with rockets. Alright, let's watch this one more time because I really want to talk about this play that I think I just saw. Alright, so they finally, like, alright, stop. Alright, so they finally spread the map out. The reason that Jimmy falls into blue a week here is because Lumi is red nest. Like, this is the first time that they spread the map, so huge props to Lumi for going out to red nest and shooting across the map like this. Because of that, Jimmy goes down, and now they have a 2v4 fight right here, so they should again, like, retain map control. They think that map control is turbine for some reason. Now they're just being chaotic. Uh, so one player is dead, right? Yeah, so they're giving them a chance to spawn turbine and mess all of this up. But yeah, so Swan could have easily stayed like mid turbine, and then once the last guy spawns, go mid bridge, and then go whichever way you need to go help your team. But he wants to go red nest, which is where his teammate already was. But like, I don't know how to put it into words. Like they're not playing patiently enough, but at the same time they're playing like not aggressively enough. No, I wouldn't say aggressive. They're not. They're just not spacing out enough. And then once they do, they just like go and throw it away. All right. So this is the position that I was talking about right here. This is great. So because he has turbine control and they have a sniper inside blue, he can now if his teammates call out, they're pushing red tower, three of them, then he can go red bin to red nest, shoot them in the back, basically do whatever he wants because he's not gonna die in red nest and they're gonna be constricted to tower. So I love this play. And then also you have an SMG, like you can do whatever you want. You can also go mid bridge here and still help out your team like tremendously. Lag there for double grenade. That sucks. You gotta force that guy to spawn in red, so Lumi doing Lumi going YOLO, man. Alright, where'd that guy spawn? One, two. He's hold on. I gotta figure out where this guy spawned for my personal sake. Basically always have one guy in tower on one guy in turbine and one guy blue bin. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to have a guy like in tower and hopefully in turbine. But then like your sniper guy can also be blue bin for a little bit and watch you. It doesn't have to be looking for pickoffs if he can be controlling with you. And then also have a guy like the fourth guy like tower and blue cat, so you can have two guys catwalk and fight. That's like my idea of it. And then slowly constrict based on where they're going and where you have control of. Um, yeah, so one guy ends up getting sniped here. Yeah, that guy ends up going down. Let's see where Jim spawns here. Because I am quite interested in this. Because I think that he could have spawned anywhere. But he spawns red plat. That's pretty fortunate. I mean, Swine knows the places that he can fight. So, like, that's what I really like want to emphasize about this game is that he knows he's got this like idea in his head. He's like, I know that I am a that the SMG red bin fights into red flag really like this area really well. He knows that rockets are blue sneaky, so he can go mid bridge to blue bin and fight that rocky guy really well, and he's gonna end up going down or like having a really tough time. But he just can't piece together like based on where his team is at and where his opponents are like killing his team, what he can and can't do. So he comes out and fights a 1v2 even though like he should know that his team just like lost a guy there, right? And that's not up to callouts. You can't like say callouts were the reason that he should have known. He should have known because uh he heard the gunfire, right? He heard like two people shooting. Whatever. So Swine spawning here, spawning red bin. He can go red nest to red bin very easily, or he can go pit to turbine very easily, and he's gonna get there before rockets are coming up. See, this is what I'm talking about earlier, is that he had 15 seconds before rockets came up, and he still pushed them very fast. This time he's got 7 seconds. He needs to get there. He can't go. It's really hard for him to go bottom red bin to turbine. So let's see what he goes. This is very good. All right, so he goes fast, jumps up there, and now he's starting the fight. Oh, not bad. Yeah, but look at that. Because he spread the map open, his teammates were pushing him from blue bin, and he's pushing him from pit. They have to do 180s in order to fight Swine there. So the idea was good. He could have stayed alive a little bit better, but because of that, they have rockets now. So looking at the overall arching idea of it, it was a great idea. Just could have done better to stay alive. So now he needs to sit here. Like, you can't go. You don't have control of tower. Look where your team's at right now. You have a guy in snipe spawn, and you have a guy and 2 guys inside red bin, right? There's nothing that you need to do right here. All he needs to do is not die. He doesn't need to shoot. He needs to control this area of the map. He needs to make sure that no one can shoot from here or from here. That's it. If he goes down, he lets the opponents shoot from here or here, right? So this guy inside tower is going to be a huge problem. But then he just jumps off and lets his opponent shoot from that area. All right, let's back this up. This is like this is huge. This is absolutely huge in this game because this happens for a lot of people too. They don't see the overarching idea of the game. So let's cut the map in half again, guys. So if you cut the map in half, you have 50% of the map to work with. They have 50% of the map to work with. If you can cut that down to 75% for you, 25% for them, you're in a really good position. So when Swine is sitting on blue cat, his teammates have red bin control. They're all 4 curled up into this red alley tower area. You're going to win this battle like 9 times out of 10. You're in what's called a good position, an advantageous position. When you leave this area and let them fight from catwalk and from red plat, you're no longer in that position. You're cutting the map back to 50-50 just because you left this blue cat area. So like look at the map right now. I would say this is about like besides that guy who's crouching, who's like an anomaly, like I would say that you're pressuring them into about 25% of the map total. And you will have the look how far that guy's back there. You have the good side of the map, the good parts of the map. You have red nest, you have catwalk, you have red plat under control. Like they're not going to be able to do anything. The biggest thing that you need to do is just not die. But because he wants to go help his team, he gives up that advantage. So blue base is completely open. Both his opponents think that he has blue base control. He thinks like, they could be in there. I'm gonna be scared to go into there. Teammate gets a rocky kill, great stuff. Now he's like grouping up with his team because this is the most important part of the game. It's not like limiting where they can be. It's grouping up and not getting picked off one by one. It looks like Lumi's gonna get this last kill with rockets. Yep, great stuff by Lumi. Mike with 23 and 8, Swine with 10 and 17. So I mean, a lot of his deaths were like bad deaths. You could say he's over aggressive. You could say he's aggressive. He plays too fast. He doesn't like. You can say whatever you want, but overall, it's just the biggest mistake, because he's a good fighter, right? Like he understands when he should and shouldn't fight, and is uh, like in his head, he can like figure out like, hey, this is a really good position to fight for me usually, so I'm gonna do this. Just needs to fight a little bit better, like uh, situationally, right? Other than that, I think the biggest mistakes is just like what a lot of AMP players do is they don't like I talked about this on one of the Truth Slayers, I think, or yeah, Truth Slayer. I think one of my earlier ones, like 3 weeks ago, I talked about how a guy didn't understand that you could cut the map in half. Like you could spawn them in red base and go red bubble and pink 2, and they couldn't like get out of the base easily. They'd be in a lot of trouble. Uh, I think that's a mistake that a lot of AMP players make is that they give up that control and they don't realize that they could have that control and how strong that is. And so that I think that's something that Swine and basically every that's what I really want to teach here. I think I did a really good job today about like not explaining but pointing out like, hey, look at where you're at right now and look how strong of a position you're in. Let's work with that. And if I maybe not did the best job at explaining it, but I think that if I keep pointing it out over the next couple of reviews, then it'll get through your guys' heads and it'll help you guys tremendously. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Uh, I hope I can continue pointing out these things in games because that was exactly what I was looking for. This type of game is exactly what I was looking for when I wanted to go over games. All right, so if you guys have any questions in the chat about this game or about the reviews in general, please post them there now. Take a small drink of water. Yeah, no limit. That was great. I'm glad you were able to guess the light rifle. I talked about that one of the previous games. Is a guy spawns bottom of the base on truth and then just doesn't pick up the storm rifle. Like you're gonna get like another kill, maybe two, because you pick up that storm rifle rather than just going up there and dying. Do you review good people's games like semi-pros or high onyx people? These are high onyx people. I'm pretty sure Swine is a high onyx player. Yeah. He's playing against a champion Balt. Balt on the other team was a champion, and the rest of them were onyxes, so they were probably all high onyx. I reviewed Rammy's gameplay. I don't remember if I'm pretty sure I put that on YouTube already. So if you want to go look at that, I think that would. I don't know if it would help you, but it's a good gameplay to get like a good baseline to go over because I've talked about a lot of things in that video that was really helpful. I would like to focus this ending session on this game specifically or the reviews in general. Not really about anything else, guys. I'll answer questions about other general stuff whenever I'm streaming regularly. So say you are top cat. What are the reasons to leave? Collapsing on your opponents. Your teammates like need help and you're collapsing and you can help quickly and then get back up there or something. Or rockets. So say you're 20 seconds before rockets come up, you want to be top cat. About 6 seconds before rockets come up, you want to jump from cat to mid bridge and fight from there rather than just fighting from cat. Maybe a little bit later depending on how the game's going and how your team's fighting and stuff. But I think that again that's situational and I feel like that's something that I'm going to be able to point out in these games. What caused the red team to lose this game? Uh, just generally, it's them holding up, like doing a standoff when the opponents had a 40, like when you had a 40 to 30 kill lead. I think that was the biggest mistake. Other than that, yeah, it was just a standoff because you gave up 4 kills for the Rockets. I don't know exactly how many rocket kills, but then you let them get the new set of rockets and get another 4 kills with that and map control, like retain map control. So I think that standoffs are like the biggest problems with players in this game. Standoffs like usually never work, in my experience. Can red team use a light rifle to eliminate blue team from pushing? How could they use that weapon effectively? It's it's not about using the weapon effectively. It's about it being effective in a lot of positions that you can be in. right? So you can go red nest and shoot them off catwalk. So your team can go up into catwalk and then into tower rather than just going up to catwalk getting shot from blue cat and then you're forced to go into tower weak. Something simple like that, right? Um, you can also hold outside. You can go red bin, close to rocket box and shoot towards blue bend or towards blue door, and keep them out of blue door, and then your team can do whatever they want on the other side of the map, right? Um, so yeah. What are the top spawn areas on this map to focus on blocking? The idea is, again, I talked about it in the beginning, is you want to split the map in half. Like, if you're fair to the other team, like if you say the other team's good, we're good, like cut the map in half, control blue base, right? And then you want to more so control tower. So I would just say like don't focus on blocking spawns, more so like focus on spawning them where you want them to spawn. And that's up to you in your situations. What's the best bet? I don't know how to answer that, DeBoss. Like that's way too uh general of a question. Like whenever I do these, I lose words, man. My vocabulary just shrinks after talking for 45 minutes straight. Nitrous, that's well put. Ooh, so here's a good sentence from Foreman. He says, "Seemed like that player left top blue plat to top cat because he was alone, and one of his teammates just died. So he wasn't that. So wasn't that the right play to leave at the end of the no? Um, I think that this is a big mistake. Hello, game. What the fuck? Hello." What? Hello? Alright! Guess we're gonna quit the build there. Alright, so the answer to the question is no, he should have stayed blue cat. Because you're not gonna get flanked, right? And if you're not gonna get flanked, then you're like all the battles are gonna happen in front of you. If you're sitting blue plat and they're trying to look at you while your team has red nest, your team red nest is gonna be able to figuratively help you, right? They or theoretically help you. They should be able to help you. But the idea is the threat that they can help you stops them from going catwalk. So if they're not going catwalk, they're sitting in tower. If they're sitting in tower, well, then you're winning, right? You're catwalk, you can shoot red window. They're in tower, they can't do fuck at all, right? Hi TJ. Alright, so I'll try to get through to that, but if any other questions or anything, if you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know. Other than that, I'm gonna go over this play and then call it an end to this film. So if the guy that was on snipe wasn't there, leaving would have been a good play. No, it's not the guy that was on snipe that was that was causing problems for the red team. It was the guys that were red nest that were causing problems because if you're blue cat and your opponents haven't gotten to blue alley and you know that, like you should have an idea. I think I can go back. Yeah, this is probably better. All right, so swine. So there's a guy inside tower. He can have this idea that this guy's inside tower, and I think he does, because if he doesn't think that there's a guy inside tower, he's gonna scoot up and shoot a little bit better, but that causes a grenade to hit him pretty easily, right? So because he knows that there's a guy in tower, he just came from blue alley, so there shouldn't be anyone coming from behind him. Like he's cutting the map in half for his team. Like he's cutting the map not in half, but like 25, like he's giving the other team like 25% of the map, and so that means again they're in a good position. Uh, You say Uncle One Eye says he's blocking blue plat. No, he's not blocking blue plat because even though the select screen doesn't show it, all 4 of the enemies are alive, so there's no thing that he's really blocking. So once his team gets a kill, like I don't know, like leaving blue plat here is just such a bad play because again, like this guy sees you jumping off blue plat, he's gonna get tower control. Now you can't be red nest, you can't be mid bridge because they can shoot you in the back and then they can finish you off from red flag going into red nest or red bin. So leaving cat here is just a super bad play, right? What is the strat that I start off with? Like I go blue plat to top cat, I fight the people on red plat and inside tower, and then I choose where I want to go after that. It's basically my starting strat on this map. So it's more about controlling 75% of the map. It's controlling as much a percentage of the map as you can. You want to force your opponents to not be able to move, not be able to like have options about what they want to do. If they don't have options, you can predict where they're gonna go, right? Pretty simple stuff. I think that's pretty well explained. Couldn't the guy spawn behind a blue cat if he stayed? No, the guy like maybe the guy 8 seconds in the future, but if you're giving your team 8 seconds to do what they want to do, red flag, and you're holding on to cat in red plat area, then you're gonna win the game at 48 to 47. Theoretically, guys, theoretically, like that's what should happen. And then if his team ends up going down, then he can change his routes and stuff. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna call it a day. I was thinking about streaming, but I'm a little tired, so just gonna call it a day. I have to do some chores as well. I'm actually moving soon, so gotta prep for that as well. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll be doing another review Wednesday afternoon, 6 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, I want to tell myself that I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna be moving this week, so I'll let you guys know on Twitter if I'm not going to be able to do it. But thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Thanks a lot for interacting with the stream, especially No Limit for answering most of the questions correctly. So thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Talk to you guys later.